last Saturday, I'm not getting bored of telling you 73,000 people were in the unbelievable AT&T Stadium in Dallas, Texas for the huge Canelo against Billy Joe Saunders fight. And this will be the last time that we are behind closed doors. It's been fun. The bubble's been great. It's thrown up some unbelievable upsets and fights as well. And we will keep the bubble moving forward, but you will be allowed out. So good news for the fighters as we discuss a huge card this Saturday at the Manchester Arena, live on Sky Sports in the UK and DAZN around the world. Before we go into the championship fights, delighted to be joined by another debutant, Ellis Hopkins, against Goranova this Saturday night. Ellis, firstly, welcome to the pro ranks. Big moment for you, and what a time to come into female boxing in the pro game.
Yeah, it's a massive time to come into female boxing. Obviously, like the last few years, like female boxing just gone from strength to strength, and I'm just excited to be a part of it and make my debut this weekend. Big
show for you to join, and big platform as well. Who have you looked at in that pro ranks as inspiration for you? I know you've got your own style and you're looking forward to making your own mark, but some tremendous UK and British and Irish fighters right now who are really flying the flag.
I mean, obviously everyone looks up to Katie Taylor, don't they? Like, you can't get better than that. She's done everything, she's won everything. But the likes of Terry Harp and Natasha Jonas, people like that, they're all big inspirations as well.
And what should the fans expect from you with your fighting style? I've seen you on the pads, I've seen you in the gym. Look very, very exciting. Look like you're always going to be coming to fight.
I can box, I can fight, so whatever happens on the night, happens on the night. We'll just see.
Well, we look forward to seeing your debut. And of course, you've been there, seen it, all these young prospects as well. You're ready to give this young debutant a tough fight on Saturday.
Yes, I'm happy to see this girl. I'm happy for here. And I feel strong. I show you the boxing.
Good, thank you very much. Well, Ellis, good luck for your pro debut on Saturday. Going to be kicking us off on the Facebook feed before we go live across Sky Sports. This fight, 4 rounds and the professional debut of Ellis Hopkins. If we could just have you here for a head-to-head, please. Well, another pro debut, and this time in the heavyweight division. Well, it's about time. We are very, very excited. The professional debut of Solomon Dakers. So welcome. Sam Jones and SJM team as well. This has been a long, long wait. We know in this current environment, the British Boxing Board of Control, they're slowing down on their interviews, on their paperwork, and thank you for them for giving us the all clear this morning that Sol Dakers will finally make his pro debut this weekend against Manev, who we know from the amateur game as well, World Series of Boxing, etc. But Sol, firstly, welcome, finally ready. You've put the work in the gym. Another great GB talent ready. The heavyweight division on notice. You're ready to start the journey on Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely. It's long overdue. You know, I thought I was going to get out March 20th on the Akoli card. And like you say, long delays. I've been training overtime for this fight, really. I've had about 3 training camps worth of training just for this one fight. But it's a career at the end of the day, so it's all in the bank, and I'm ready to let it all go on Saturday.
Obviously, you've seen a lot of other debutants come through, Nick Campbell, Johnny Fisher, guys without the amateur experience and the worldwide competitive competition that you've had as well. I know Sam feels that you want to move nice and quickly in this sport as well. Is that something you agree with as well because of your stunning amateur resume?
Yeah, like you say, I don't have to go too slowly. I can build myself up, and I've got a bit more experience, so I can take little steps a bit quicker than other fighters that haven't got that experience. So, like I say, Sam Jones and my coach, they'll pick opponents where I'm being tested and improving all the time. So we won't go at a snail's pace. We'll look to step up things, in the next 12 months, definitely.
Obviously, the sparring you had at GB, fantastic. Over the years, of course, likes of Joe Joyce and Daniel Dubois, and also Anthony Joshua, who you've shared a lot of rounds with as well. So, been mixing it with some top boys already, and looking forward to making your mark in the pro game.
Yeah, absolutely. All that experience, guys that have been there and done it, like you say, Joshua, your Joyces, Dubois, sparring those guys, they're 15, 20 fights into the pro career and well established, and I'm sparring and getting confidence and knowing my own level. Now, just starting out, I haven't had my first fight yet, but it gives you that confidence seeing them fighting and big titles and stuff like that, and it gives me confidence knowing that I'm going to go forward and what I can do as well.
Manev, I know your English is small, so just going to say ready to fight on Saturday night against a good young fighter.
Yes, I'm ready to fight. I'm ready. Good boxing Saturday. I feel very, very good in Manchester. Manchester, very nice city. I speak little English.
Very good. Very good. But you're just ready for a tear-up, basically, for war. War. Ready for war.
Yes, I'm ready.
Good man.
Good. Okay.
Good man. And
Thank
so,
you.
just
Thank you
finally
very
from
much.
you, obviously we know we got a Brummie on this card with Gamal Yafai, and Cal Yafai going to be returning to action as well. But big opportunity now with yourself for the city to get behind a big heavyweight from Birmingham and expect some big support.
Yeah, 100%. It's been a long time since we've had a heavyweight from Birmingham, and we haven't really got a world champion from Birmingham in the heavyweight division. We've never had one. So hopefully I can emulate that and start to become that and get the city behind me. We're the second city at the end of the day. So we need to get that support in Birmingham and get behind me, definitely.
Well, big moment for the heavyweight division, big moment for British boxing, the professional debut of Solomon Dakers this Saturday against Manev live on Sky Sports in the UK and DAZN around the world. Gentlemen, let's have a head-to-head up here, please. A massive rivalry here, Sheffield against Rotherham. You know, actually, I'd like to say that, but I saw you two talking to each other kindly and nicely over there. This is a fantastic fight. Dalton Smith against Lee Appleyard for the English light welterweight title. It is Sheffield against Rotherham, but it's just such a great fight. I love these fights. A young prospect coming through takes a big step up against a young man who's been at the top of the area in the English levels and almost to British level as well, but put everything into this camp for a big, big opportunity in Lee Appleyard. Also want to thank Steffi Ball, who wouldn't leave me alone about this fight. Give him a chance, give him a chance. And Lee, you tested positive for COVID last time out when this fight was supposed to happen. I said you get your chance, you got it. It's given you even more time. You look in tremendous shape. I'll start with you. You've even got some outrageous barnet going on there. I mean, you must be in good shape to be having the hair like that. You're ready to fight. And you know this young man well, great talent, but huge opportunity for you as well.
Yeah, massive opportunity. It's a pleasure to share ring with Dalton. Obviously, he's one of the big uprising prospects, but we took the fight at 3 weeks' notice last time, and we believe we're going to win. We've had 9 weeks now, and we have no doubt. I mean, look, it's a hard fight. Everybody's writing me off. The bookies are writing me off. There's no pressure on me whatsoever. All the pressure's on this lad. And how is he going to deal with it on the night? Because when it starts going into the fight, into the later rounds, it's where I've been and what I've known. And I'll come into my own.
How important is that notice, like for fighters like you? I mean, you talk about, I'm sure you've had to take fights on less than 3 weeks' notice before, but makes such a huge difference, doesn't it, to have that long training camp to just get yourself absolutely perfect for this opportunity?
Yeah, when I boxed for Commonwealth against Dodd, I think that were only like 3.5 weeks' notice, and I think that made the difference on the result on the night because I'd not had time to properly prepare. But it were a bit of a blessing getting COVID, obviously. But I'd gone from having 3 weeks to now having 9 weeks, and then I got sponsors behind me, so I've got to thank all my sponsors because they've literally put me in a position where they've all sponsored me a bit each, and I've literally been able to train for 9 weeks constantly, like a proper professional, full time, and 1000% I am in the best shape I've ever been in, and I'm coming to win on Saturday night. There's no doubt about it, and Dalton's got a tough night ahead of him.
This guy, great young talent, sharp puncher, technically very sound as well, but obviously very inexperienced in the pro game. Is that what you have to make count from your side as well?
Yeah, you can't buy experience, and obviously there's nothing between us. Do you know what I mean? He's a respectful lad. I'm respectful to him, and like I say, it's a pleasure to share the ring with him. But I know what doors this can open, and I want them doors opening for me to go through. I want to keep moving on. I want to fight for British and stuff like that. This is worthy of a British title. Let's be fair. So respect for Dalton for taking the fight, as not just me, as well as Dalton, because this probably wouldn't be happening if we were in the COVID situation. So this is a cracking fight for the fans, and they're in for a proper treat.
I mean, let's be honest, lads, if this was in Sheffield, would be a huge
Massive
crowd
tickets,
there.
I sell loads of tickets, he sells
Well,
tickets.
maybe the rematch. You know, if you get the win, you need to be giving Dalton a rematch.
Well, we'll
in
see. I
Sheffield.
want to move on. I want British and Commonwealth titles. I want to move on. Do you know what I mean? If I beat Dalton, no disrespect, I don't care whether it's a point, 2 points, a knockout, whatever it is. I want to move on. This is a risk for me in my career where I am, and obviously I want to move on straight away. Once I've done it, if I do it, I'm moving on.
Good ambitions, Dalton. Fantastic to see a British fighter come in to win. It's a big step up for you. Starting to get really exciting now.
Yeah, like you say, it's starting to get exciting, and you know, I always, when the fight fell through at the first, you know, I knew we was going to get back on because it's a fight what I wanted. It's a fight I knew I'm going to look good in. You know, me and Lee've sparred before, so yeah, I'm just glad we can get back on.
Obviously, last time out, great performance. You won comfortably as well. But good to hear him say that he's had 9 weeks. That's what you want, isn't it? You want the absolute best Lee Appleyard on Saturday night.
Definitely, because when I win, I can turn around and say, look, there's going to be no excuses. They've had a full camp. I've got a 100% prepared Lee Appleyard, and that's what I want, and that's what's going to bring the best out of me.
He talked about his ambitions if he wins at the weekend to go forward to Commonwealth British as well. Do you feel, you know, you're in the same position as well? I know you've had much fewer fights, but with your amateur experience as well, if you beat Lee Appleyard at the weekend comfortably, you should be looking at those titles as well. Definitely,
and that's what I'm want to push on towards. But you know, people forget the World Series of Boxing. You know, even though it's not the championship rounds, but I've been in there with the tough guys, you know, the Kazakhs, the Russians. So the experience for me is the championship rounds. But you know, I'm confident in that, and I believe Lee will take me to those rounds, and that's what I need. But when it comes to it with pressure, you know, there's no pressure for me in this fight because each fight I take is going to be a step up. So there's always going to be pressure there anyway, and I feel like there's more pressure on Lee's shoulders because, you know, where does he really go after this fight? You know, this is his world title shot. This is where he can push on. So for me, there's not much pressure on my shoulders.
Well, it's a cracking fight. English title on the line. As I said, Sheffield against Rotherham, Dalton Smith against Lee Appleyard. Tremendous fight. Don't miss it live on Sky Sports and DAZN on Saturday night. Gentlemen, if we can have a head-to-head here, please. Chris, and the first of 3 European title fights this weekend. Tommy McCarthy against Alexander Dürr, the European Cruiserweight title on the line after his fantastic victory to win that title late last year. Tommy McCarthy returns to action, sitting fantastically well positioned in the world rankings right now. Number 5 with the IBF, number 5 with the WBA, and number 7 with the WBC. And before we talk to the champion, I'm going to go to Alexander Dürr and his translator. Thank you. Big fight for Alex. He looks in great shape. He looks ready to fight on Saturday.
Aras bine zice că ești în formă pentru meciul de sâmbătă. Da, sunt în formă pentru sâmbătă. Yeah. He's already ready for the fight. He's in good form.
Obviously a big chance to win the European title, but also very world ranked in the world as well. So a huge opportunity.
Ai oportunitatea de a câștiga acest titlu și
big opportunity in the world rankings.
Să urci în topul mondial.
Go on, give us a few words then.
Yeah, it's a big opportunity for
the
him.
answer is yes. Okay.
Yes.
Tarek.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Let's go. Alexander Dürr says, let's go. Tommy, he doesn't say much, but we know he's a good fighter. He's been around that European level for a long time. Won European Union titles as well. Well ranked with the European Boxing Federation as well. Tall, strong, expecting a good fight on Saturday.
Yeah, I've been saying it all week. You know, I'm expecting a tough test. As you say, he's got all the experience and he's boxed at the championship level for some time. And like you say, it looks like he's in good shape. It seems like he's had a good camp, and it seems like he wants to do his talking in the ring. So I'm a bit more nervous.
Obviously, last time out, it was a good 12 rounds for you against Lagoon. Started very well. You know, he came on strong in the fight. It ended up being a tough fight to win that European title, as it should be.
Yeah, you know, I've mentioned this before. I was prepared for a tough fight, but when I seen him at the weigh-in, and then he looked like he hadn't trained properly, so I kind of switched off a wee bit. And then when it came to fighting it, he was ready to go. So, you know, he pushed me, and like you said, there's no easy fights when you're fighting for the European title. And at the time, he was number 7 in the world, so it was a big win for me and a big confidence booster in it. And I'm just delighted that it came out the winner.
Obviously, a lot of people are talking about the future fights for you. Like I said, 5 in the IBF, 5 in the WBA, 7 in the WBC. Big domestic fights, maybe a rematch with Riakporhe, a Chris Billam-Smith fight for the British Commonwealth European. A Coley is now world champion. But you've got to be careful on Saturday. I mean, your countryman, James Tennyson, of course, disastrous for him the other week, talking about these future fights. You've got to focus on Saturday night. And behind the closed doors, as you've boxed there before, throws up a different kind of challenge.
Yeah, like as you say, there's so much potential for like a massive future ahead of us, but I just need to put that all to the back of my mind because, like you say, James Tennyson, you know, who we're from the same place, West Belfast, and same management and all that, and everything was set up for him to go on to bigger and better things, and it didn't go his way. So, you know, that's made me switch on even more. I have to put anything up past this out of my mind because this is going to be a tough fight on Saturday, and I can't afford any slip-ups.
Absolutely, big fight for Tommy McCarthy against Alexander Dürr. European Cruiserweight title this Saturday. Gentlemen, going to have a head-to-head here, please. Well, the second of our 3 European title clashes on the card this Saturday night. Gamal Yafai, fresh off his fantastic victory in Italy to win the European Super Bantamweight title against Doncaster's Jason Cunningham. Another shout out to Steffi Ball, who's here as well, the second of his charges. And I think now is also a good time to give a shout out to Terry Harper as well, who might be watching this, has just had her operation yesterday. Heartbreaking news to see her miss the opportunity to unify the division against Hun Min Choi on this card. So get well soon, Terry. We look forward to seeing you back in the ring as soon as possible at the right time. Firstly, we go to the champion, Gamal Yafai. Gamal, quite frankly, a sort of career-saving victory for you in Italy last time out. The most horrendous couple of years with injuries, but you could see the look on your face when you won that European title. Absolutely back on track and a real-world problem now for the division.
Yeah, had a horrible 2 years, but you know, it was good to go over to Italy, win a European title, do it the hard way, and it's good to be back home defending it in the UK.
What was the mindset of you? Obviously, you saw your brother go on and defend his world title multiple times. You know, your younger brother as well, doing so well with Team GB. Then Cowbox, Chocolatito, and you know, you were stuck at home with your bicep injuries, one that side, one that side. Did you just feel that your time in boxing might be coming to an end, or how did you stay positive during that time?
You know what? I thought to myself, nah, this isn't the end of me. I knew I was going to come back with the European title and then go on to big things, and that's what I plan on doing. And we're starting on Saturday night. I
know that your aspirations are to move forward and fight for a world title as well, but tough fight on Saturday night. Experience, Southport, Brit.
Yeah.
What an opportunity for him. You know, the times that you've had where you needed that chance, he's got it on Saturday night, and you become the hunted.
Yeah, of course. You know, he wanted the opportunity, and I'll give him the opportunity. So, you know, the best man will win, and I'm by far the best man, and I'll show that Saturday night.
Jason, Steffi wouldn't leave me alone with an opportunity for you.
You're right, he wouldn't.
You've boxed everybody. You've boxed at short notice. You know, you're in great shape for this fight as well. But a massive opportunity for your career to fight for the European title.
Yeah, massive opportunity. Another Yafai as well. Obviously, we've been there with Cal, haven't we? So it's his brother this time. Like I say, we're more or less begging for that opportunity, weren't we? For week after week. I always stay ready. I'd kind of an idea it could be happening. You didn't say no, you didn't say yeah, so I had to be prepared, I had to be ready, and I am. And you're going to see the best Jason Cunningham Saturday night. I'm ready for him, and I'm ready to take that title.
You feel that, you know, of all the experiences you've had, like say, you boxed Cal, you boxed at short notice, boxed big names, and you had a great fight with Jordan Gill as well, that experience puts you in a great position. He's looking at, you know, obviously he's focused on you, but got plans to go on and fight for a world title. But this could be one that comes just up on the sneaky side.
Well, that's it. Got offered a few fights during the lockdown, but I'm so glad I was patient and waited out, because this is the opportunity I wanted. This is the biggest title, the biggest fight to date. And like you say, you've just said there, this opens doors for him. I can steal that show, can't I? This is my world title fight, if you like. And for me, like you say, I've got all this experience. I've took my setbacks. I've come back. I've had plenty of success as well. And I believe they've all put me in good stead. And for me, this is like, there's no starting again for me from here. So everything is going into Saturday night. And I'm going in very, very confident. Very, very confident. And, you know, I'm obviously expecting the best Gamal. But he should expect the best Chase Cunningham as well. So be a cracking fight.
Jason, Gamal, thank you. And just want to say how good it is to see two Brits fighting for the European title as well. So well done for both of you to accepting this fight. It's going to be a great fight. Can we have a head-to-head up here, please? The final of our 3 European Championship fights before we go to Joshua Buatsi in the main event. A fantastic super middleweight contest for the European title between Lerone Richards and Giovanni De Carolis, former WBA world champion, against former British and Commonwealth and undefeated champion as well. Lerone, we'll start with you. I just want to put this out there that you said you wanted to sing up on stage. We're not going to allow that right now, but Darren and Chris, he's apparently going to give you a little song after this press conference. Make sure you keep the pressure on. Super chilled. Big fight. This is a really big fight. The European title. We know how important that title is on the route to getting yourself in the world rankings and challenging for titles. Tremendous opponent as well. Ready to really test yourself on Saturday.
Yeah, that's the plan. Like I've always said, I've always wanted to conquer Europe. And that's, you know, being a European champion has always been a big thing for me, you know, ticking every single box. I won the British, the Commonwealth, European's next step, and I'm very, very excited for this fight.
Obviously, a big, big step up for you. You know, we've seen De Carolis. I remember watching him beat Feigenbert's, draw with Zeuger as well when he had the regular world title as well. Expecting a tough test against De Carolis. Strong, likes to come forward, and going to be a great fight.
Yes, he brings a lot of pedigree. He's very experienced, a very good fighter. But this is a fight I believe I'm going to win, and I'm going to win very, very well.
Obviously, the division just red hot domestically. I know you're past that now, but on a global scale as well, you saw Canelo Alvarez fight Billy Joe Saunders. I know those fights are several fights down the line for you as well, but just a fantastic division. So many big fights out there as well, and you must have looked at last Saturday and thought, maybe one day, if I can win titles like this, that could be me up there.
See, this division's very sexy, and I'm glad to be a part of it. And, you know, I can't wait, you know, to win this European title and then step onto bigger and better things.
Giovanni, welcome. Big fight for you. Like many, you've been inactive because of the pandemic, but European title, big fight. You look in great shape, ready for Saturday.
Oh yeah, I'm proud to represent my country here. I'm happy. 2 years of inactivity for me is bad, but this is the situation, and for me there isn't any problem. I'm ready for Saturday, and I'm happy to fight.
People in the UK will know you particularly from the Feigenbert's fight and the Zeuger fight as well. 2 great fights. We expect another great fight from you on Saturday.
Oh yes, I'm happy because when I fight out my country, my heart on the ring is stronger, no? I would like the people to see my heart and my boxing.
Well, big moment for you on Saturday in Italy, and of course Great Britain as well. Lerone Richards against Giovanni De Carolis for the European Super Middleweight Championship. It's a fantastic fight live on Sky Sports in the UK and DAZN around the world this Saturday. Gentlemen, can we have a head-to-head here, please?
Yeah, Eddie mentioned those fights with Feigenbutz.
Finally, a stacked card, and we get to the main event. A big fight for Joshua Buatsi against Daniel Dos Santos. Delighted to see both men here for the WBA International Light Heavyweight title. A very important fight in the career of Joshua Buatsi. Also delighted to be joined by legendary trainer Virgil Hunter. I'll start with you, Virgil. Welcome back. You was in Texas with Suleiman Sissoko as well. It was a hell of a night. Back here in the UK, we're behind closed doors, Virgil, I'm afraid, this weekend. But a big fight and a first fight with you with the great talent of Joshua Buatsi.
Wow, what a great past weekend it was. It was exciting. It was a really ecstatic event. Well done job, Eddie, putting it together. I'm here back in the UK, a place that I like to think of home, being exposed to some of the UK's greatest fighters that I've had a chance to meet as well as work with. And Joshua Buatsi is no exception to that. I think he's a major talent. I think he has a tremendous upside. And I'm hoping that I can do everything to cultivate that and to turn that into a world champion.
Obviously a big move for him to up sticks and come out to the States, so you know they're serious when they do that, Virgil, as well, but technically extremely sound as well, and looking forward to seeing all the work that you've put in so far in camp.
Well, we hope we see a lot of it, or some of it, or most of it. I'm sure some of it will show up. Joshua's an astute student, and I think that he'll apply some of the things that we worked on and show that tomorrow night, Saturday night, that he has been a good student.
You've seen many opponents before. Daniel Dos Santos, undefeated, 15-0, very strong, very raw, the absolute opportunity of a lifetime for him, and someone that should be taken very seriously in the ring in Manchester.
Well, of course, anytime that you have an opportunity to fight a medalist from the Olympics, that medalist has a bullseye on his back, so he's going to get a hungry opponent, and that opponent is going to be dead serious because he knows it can change the trajectory of his career. So we don't have much footage on Dos Santos, but we take him serious. What we have seen, that he is a good fighter and that he's to be taken serious, and that's how we're approaching the fight.
Thank you, Virgil. Josh, before I come to you, Daniel, welcome. Your interviews have been fantastic this week. Your backstory is incredible, but more importantly than that, in terms of the fight, you look fit, you look strong, ready to take the opportunity of a lifetime on Saturday.
Yes, of course. It's like the opportunity of my life. We know Joshua Buatsi is a great champion, and for me it's a great opportunity, and I appreciate to be here.
I want to just talk about that briefly. I heard many interviews with you where I believe you were in the army for 3 years. You ended up in prison for 3 years as well, and boxing completely changed your life. You know, we always preach this to people. Sometimes the politicians and people like that don't understand the role that boxing can play in changing lives, but you are a real story of how boxing saved yours.
Yes, boxing saved my life. A guy like me is supposed to be in jail or dead, and thank God I have the opportunity to leave the prison, make a real changement in my life, and become a professional fighter, change 100% of life. I changed my city, I changed everything, and now with all of this work, all of this dedication, I am in this place right now, and so I have to enjoy the moment.
As Virgil said, there's not too much footage of you. We know you come with a great reputation from France, 15-0, undefeated. What should the UK fans expect? You look like you can punch, you can switch hit as well, and you're going to have to be at your very best to beat this young man on Saturday.
Yes, I have to be the best version of myself for beat Joshua Buatsi, and that's why that's what I'm going to try on Saturday night.
Thank you, Daniel. Josh, back from the States, it was a big move for you. You know, something that you've obviously thought about, shows how serious you take this career as well, and feeling good, ready for a good challenge. This young man looks ready for a huge opportunity. As Virgil said, there's always a target on your head, being a big prospect and an Olympic medalist as well, but ready to fight at the weekend.
Yeah, but I'm ready to fight. The thing is, so there may be a target on me, Eddie, but man, I'm really from the bottom. So the mentality and the build-up that Matchroom and you guys do is great, and it puts me up there, but that's not my mentality. My mentality, I've started from nothing as well. The story's there. I'm not even from England, from Ghana, so I've also come with nothing. So I always tell people when I fight, I've got nothing to lose. I'm gaining everything. And when I go in there, the mentality is different, man. So I'll be there to fight too. If there's a target on me, cool, but I'm there to fight and to protect the little that I have. So yeah, I'm on it. Like you said, went to the States. Big change, but I enjoyed it. But I'm back now, and on Saturday it's time to fight.
Last time out, good fight for you against Kalic. You know, someone with good amateur experience as well. A little bit unknown, but
yeah,
you know, came maybe by your own admission wasn't your sharpest performance, but had to take some shots in that fight. Had to go through some tough moments, and when you look back, probably a good learning fight for you as well.
Yeah, no, it was, and I keep laughing whenever I say this because, you know, prior to a fight, you say you're willing to do everything, to do this, to do that. But when there was time in the ring that happened, I had to show up for it, and I felt I gave a good account, and I got the win. So Saturday night as well, I'll be there to do whatever it does take to win, because I'm in here to fight. So we'll see how it goes.
I know you don't talk badly about, you know, your domestic rivals and worldwide rivals as well, but it is a fantastic division domestically. You know, you've been probably at the front of that pack. You've been a little bit inactive. Maybe guys have crept past you a little bit, and that's arguable as well. But you know, Lyndon Arthur with a good win over Anthony Yarde. Saw Craig Richards with a great performance against Dimitri Bivol as well. Are you looking to make a statement on Saturday night? I know that's not the kind of thing you'd say, but part of you must feel like you are the cream of that domestic crop, and you want to go out there and prove it.
Same as everyone. I think if you ask any of them and they don't say it, then they must be thinking differently. But you're Eddie Hearn, right? You're sitting here, and I think you feel you've signed the best light heavy in the country. So that speaks for itself, man. And for the others, they're doing well as well. I'm doing what I'm doing, and hopefully one day we could all get in there and fight and to see. But for now, my man next door, that's who I've got to deal with. So that's who I'm concentrating on.
And finally, the work with Virgil Hunter as well. You know, highly rated trainer, of course. Been trained some great champions over the years. Feel like that's brought an extra string to your bow.
Yeah, no, it's been good, man. It's been very good having Virgil on board. Amazing. And like I said, I did an interview a few days ago, and I said, I could have 100 coaches in my corner, but when that bell rings, it's just you. Nevertheless, though, having this man here added to the team, we'll see how it goes, man. It'll be good.
Well, the first fight under Virgil Hunter, and a big fight in the career of Joshua Buatsi this weekend, defending his title against France's Daniel Dos Santos. Going to be a tough fight and a big main event this Saturday, live on Sky Sports in the UK and DAZN all around the world. Gentlemen, if we could have a head-to-head up here, please.